Check for Delta. Ah, you feel laugh. Just the money for free where you go come waste and go.
Good morning.
Good morning, Modupe. How are you doing?
Mm, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Continue. I was trying to connect. I don't know if the network was just acting up.
Mm. I think I'm experiencing the same thing too.
Mm, I don't even know what's wrong these days with the network. I have to reboot before it picks. Okay, I've not even sent. Let me send the assignment. Say we are working on that today as well.
Yeah, we'll work on everything.
Mm.
Okay. Okay. I think I've seen your document.
Okay.
Okay, so let's first look at okay, let's check the assignments first, then we'll go to the we'll go to the project.
Okay.
We'll come in. Can you see my screen now?
No, not yet. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So now, looking at your Excel sheet, we'll read out the question and then you answer. So, a company recently purchased a commercial off-the-shelf application. So, when they say commercial off-the-shelf application, do you understand what it means?
Commercial off the shelf.
Do you know the meaning?
I think maybe an already made application.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's what it means. Like the application has been built already. So they now, and the application is about automating bills payment process. So they now plan to run an acceptance test against the package prior to putting it into production. Which of the following is their most likely reason for testing? Like they you for this thing now. So what was the answer you selected? Comment.
I chose A to build confidence in the application.
Okay, yeah, that's the correct answer. So the next one is, this one is a bonus question. According to ISTQB, the word bug, right, is synonymous with which of the following?
Defect.
Wait, sorry. The first one, what did you say? What did you select?
A to build confidence in the application.
Oh, okay, okay. The second one is a bonus question. So the third one, ensuring the test design starts during requirement definition phase is important to enable which of the following test objectives? What did you pick?
C, gaining confidence in the system.
You selected A.
What did you say?
You selected A.
How is that possible? Another thing is that I feel the order itself might be wrong because what number is this? 3. A, preventing defects in the system. Okay, because you know the way Excel sheet is now, that you have 1, 2, 3 that will align with the questions. In the beginning, I wrote on the first column 1, I wrote answers and I was not answering the questions. But I was shuffling between 2 tabs, the question and Excel sheet. So at some point I was not making mistake, and I had to even remove the answers and I'll start from 1. to put the. So I don't know. Maybe I not even mix all the questions up for another answer. But let's just continue.
So you're saying it's gaining confidence, Abby?
Yes.
Actually, the one you entered in the Excel is the correct one.
Preventing defects in the system.
Yes, no. Yes, no.
Ensuring that test design starts during the requirement. Yeah, that's the answer. Preventing defects in the system.
Gaining confidence in the system means you started testing. It's only when you start testing that you start gaining confidence in the system. Okay, next one. The testing consistently finds between 90% and 95% of the defects present in the system under test. While the test manager understands that this is a good defect detection percentage for our testing and industry, senior management and executives remain disappointed in the test group, saying that the team misses too many bugs. Given that the users are generally happy with the system and that the failures which have occurred have generally been low impact, which of the following test principles is most likely to help the test manager to explain to these managers and executives why some defects are likely to be missed? So, what did you pick?
Exhaustive testing is impossible.
Yeah, correct. Which of the following is most important to promote and maintain good relationships between testers and developers?
Which of the following is most important to promote and maintain good relationship between testers? Understand what managers value about testing.
Number 5, what did you select? A.
I chose A.
The answer is not A.
Yeah.
It is explaining test results in a neutral fashion.
How? Which of the following is most important to promote and maintain the relationship between testers and developers? Let me tell you
Usually,
what did you say?
no. The question is between testers and developers, nothing
Testers
about
and developers.
not managers. That's nothing to do with managers. So now it's now something that is coming from testers to developers. You understand?
Yeah, testers.
And it can be the identifying potential workarounds for bugs, because bugs need to be fixed. We don't need to find a workaround for a bug.
Yes.
And promoting better software quality whenever possible. Yeah, not whenever possible. It should be possible all the time. Which of the following statements below is the best assessment of how the test principles apply across the test life cycle?
Test principles affect activities throughout the test life cycle.
Do you know what the test principles are?
Test principles. Can I remember?
I can't remember. Okay.
Principles of testing. Is it exhaustive testing is impossible. Pesticide paradox, defect clustering. That's the principles of testing. Those are the principles. Mm, absence of error
Sorry,
fallacy. What do you say?
I didn't get that.
The principles are exhaustive testing is impossible. Defects, clustering, absence of absence of error fallacy. What else?
Yeah. Those are the principles. Okay. So I want you to know that I want to know if you still
Remember.
remember. So this is the answer.
Mhm.
So which of the following are major implementation and execution tasks? So what did you pick?
Which of the following are major test implementation and execution? I chose repeating the test activities, creating test sets, reporting discrepancies, and lodging the outcome. That's it.
Correct. Okay, next one. Which of the following which of the following is a key test control task? Do you know
Test
what test
control.
control?
Um, I think test control has to do with test basis.
No,
Um,
what they are talking about
oh,
here is test monitoring and control.
okay. See, um, test control task. Implementing implementing the test policy rather.
Implementing the test policy. No. Test monitoring and control. What happens?
Um, test control. Um, I think it's test control describes the process, scheduling test implementation, the procedures in a test and carrying out the test.
Mm-mm. So if you remember correctly, I said test monitoring and control is more or less like a way to, just as the name implies, a way to monitor the test project. Do you understand? It's a continuous process till test completion. Do you understand? So maybe every day or every 2 days or every 3 days in a week, right?
Mm.
You guys do a meeting, right? To know, okay, where are we? Yeah, what are the problems that we are facing? So now when you're not saying what are the problems you are facing, you're entering test control. Now you're not saying, okay, let's do this to try and avoid that's the test control aspect.
Okay. The monitoring is a way to monitor the test process.
Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Is that
And then if
okay
there
then?
are, and then if there are, and then if there are issues, right? You
Mm-hmm.
rectify the issues.
If test monitoring they identify issues and rectify it, then test control will be
Test control is the part where you test. Okay, rather let's put it this way: test monitoring is knowing the date, the activities, right? The activities involved that has gone or that will happen in a test project, right? And if there are any issues, right, in if there are any issues in any if there are any issues in any of the test activities, right, it will be mentioned, and also what's it called now, corrected. I didn't want to use that word, but it will be mentioned, right, and rectified. I think that's much better. So the test control aspect, that's what it entails. So now, with what I said now, what do you think is the answer to it?
initiating corrective actions.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, but are you saying test control and test monitoring is they are the same thing?
Test monitoring and control. That is the name. That is the name of the test activity.
Okay.
You forgotten our testing process.
I remember testing process, and that's where we have test basis, test plan, test
Mm-hmm.
implementation, test execution, and all that.
Mm-hmm. So
I know there's
test monitoring and control is an activity or a process rather.
okay. Knowing the activity involved in a test project.
The next one, following a major task when evaluating the exit criteria. I think the answer was A. Creating test suite and cases for efficient execution. No, look at it. Oh. Which of the
Um,
following is a major task when evaluating the exit criteria? What you picked is an entry criteria.
Handling the test. Resolve it. Exit. Is he writing a test summary report for stakeholders?
Mm-hmm. That's the answer. So next one, what would usually have a set of input values and execution conditions? What did you pick?
Test case.
Yeah, Next one, which of the following is a major test planning task? Did you pick?
I think I picked today. Monitoring and documenting progress.
No. You don't monitor and document progress in a test plan. You
Measuring them.
monitor and document progress in maybe monitoring and control. Implement corrective actions, monitoring and control. Measuring and analyzing the result. That's what's it called? That's you generating a test summary report. Measuring and analyzing result. Which result? It can be result from the test monitoring and control. It can be result of test. But determining the exit criteria, yes, that is determined inside the test plan. So the answer is A.
Mhm.
So which one of the following is the best description of a test condition? What is it?
Yeah. C. The ability of software product to provide functions which meet stated and implied needs when the software is used under specified conditions. Test condition.
Test condition. Mhm.
Another on test basis that is relevant to achieve specific test objectives. Is that the answer? B.
Yeah. What made you pick B? Because it
The
sounds
aspect
more correct to you, Abby.
the capacity of the software product to provide functions which meet stated and implied needs when the software is used online. And B sounds correct, but I think C is the answer here.
It's not C, it's B.
It's B.
Mm,
Uh-uh.
it's B.
An aspect of the test is relevant to achieve specific test objectives. Test bases are the requirements and are specific requirements in which the a specific requirements in developing a software.
Mm-hmm.
So that means test bases are also test conditions.
Would you say test conditions? So test basis is a process. Don't get it confused. It's a process that helps you to analyze the requirements. Do you understand? So it's still from that same requirement, you bring out your test objectives. Now, how would you achieve these test objectives? Right? Are you
Yes.
so how would you achieve these test objectives? It's still also inside the test basis, right? So the test basis would determine the conditions in achieving the the test objective derived from the requirement. So if you are saying that okay, I want to be able to perform transfers, right? Or rather, uh, okay, I didn't use that one with you guys. I want to be able to perform transfer from one account to another account, right? So now from that same analysis, right, and from that requirement, your condition is you must have an account. You
Yeah.
cannot make a transfer without an account.
Mhm.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that's basically what happens inside test basis.
Okay.
Which of the following statements is a valid objective for testing? What did you pick? Okay, the answer is B.
I think yeah, to find out anything else was so that to create kind of
Which of the following statements correctly describes the difference between testing and debugging? What did you pick? Testing shows failures caused by defects. Debugging finds and analyzes errors. Yeah, correct. That's the correct one. Next one. Which of the statements below describes a failure discovered during testing or in production? What did you pick?
Which of the following promotes
Do you still remember failure?
Mm. I'm trying to think of the best way to define it here. Error, failure, and defect.
Or rather, when does failure happen?
I think it. Um, I think failure happens when there's a code error from the back end.
Then what is defect?
Okay, defect is found during a test process, a test procedure. A tester detects defects while testing.
What is error?
Error. Mm. I think error is a mistake in the application in the software.
It's in the document.
Error is in the document.
Mm. Error is in the documentation process. The understanding of the document, the analysis of the document. So the answer you pick now is an error. So that eliminates it. Then defect is an error in the code, right? That leads to a failure in production. So a defect is an error can lead to a defect because you obviously misinterpreted the document, the requirement, right? And you wrote something else, right? Which in turn affects the software, the product, right? And you get defects. Now that defect now can lead to failure. So failure would definitely not how do I best explain this? Mhm. Failure is just a way of not allowing you achieve the goal you intend to perform. Do you understand? So it's not the computation algorithm used the wrong input variables. So what do you think the answer is?
Which of them is like failure discovered during testing? Mm. Okay. The developer misinterpreted the requirements for the algorithm, I think. That's failure.
No, I already said that D was the first one we eliminated because D is an error, right? You misinterpreted the document,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Failure
misinterpreted the document.
discovered.
So this one is still translation, like you are still interpreting documents, you are still working with documents now, right? Now, what leads to that defect is after you've misinterpreted, you now wrote the code.
Okay. So it has to do with the requirement document during the requirement stage. There's an error in the requirement document.
Mm,
The production crashed when the user selected the wrong version of one source code file was included in the build. Is that it? The
mm-mm.
computation used the wrong
Product,
input variable.
the answer is the product crashed when the user selected an option in a dialog box. This sounds more of
How?
a yes. Now you selected something. Remember what I said about failure? Do you remember what I said some seconds ago about failure?
Prevent achieving the goal. You said failure is more or less like preventing one from achieving one's goal. Okay, the product crash when the user selected an option in a dialog box.
So the definition I gave about failure, does A not embody the definition?
Okay. That the dialog box wasn't functioning the way it ought to
Yeah.
when the
So the
user
wrong version
selected
of
the
one
option.
source code file was included in the build. How does this affect the user?
Mm, okay.
Computation algorithm use the wrong input variables. How does this affect the user or the tester? Developer misinterpreted the requirements for the algorithm. How does this affect the user or the tester? All these are just prelude to defects, which later leads to failures. Okay, next one. Which of the following statements correctly describes one of the 7 key principles of software testing? We need to rush and finish this in 7 minutes. What did you pick? By using automated testing, it is possible to test everything. No. With sufficient effort and tool support, excessive testing is feasible. No. Purpose of testing is to prove the absence. No. It is possible to test all inputs. Yeah. In what way can testing be part of quality assurance? What did you pick?
Ensures that standards in the organizations are followed. See, in what way can testing be part of quality
Testing.
assurance?
Testing. No.
Okay, not quality. It ensures that requirements are detailed enough. It reduces the risk of it measures the quality of software in terms of number of executed test cases. Okay, it reduces the level of risk to the quality of the system. In what way can testing be part of quality assurance? Okay. Is the answer not B?
What did you pick?
I picked I'm sure I picked C, but I think the answer is B. It reduces the level of risk to the quality of the system.
Yeah, that's the
I,
answer.
I chose C before because I was thinking, okay, quality
Quality assurance.
assurance, then
You got
talks
carried away
about
with it. You got carried away with quality
mm,
assurance.
how standards are meant to be followed. Or it's talking about testing in part of quality assurance. Okay.
Okay. So, which of the following, which of the below tasks is performed during the test analysis activity of the ISTQB test process? What did you pick?
I picked the evaluating the test basis for testability.
Testability. Yeah, correct. Which of the following is a major objective of testing? What did you pick? Objective of testing.
Hmm.
This one is easy. Oh. If you miss some, you send me dollars.
I'm sure I even missed it because I can see what it seems one has to read this question and digest it really
Yes,
because
now.
sometimes some of the options are always very confusing. Which of the following is a major objective of testing? To gain I was wrong. The answer is to prevent defects.
Uh-huh.
And I chose CO because I did not finish it. I don't to gain confidence in the development team. Imagine how I chose C here and I'm
Uh-huh.
wrong. It's to
Uh-huh.
prevent defects. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I thought it is to gain I thought what I saw was to gain confidence in the application.
I need to calm down and read it. Oh. Okay, I think we have 3 minutes. Which of the following is an example of a failure in a car cruise control system? What did you pick? 20, is that 19 or 20?
20.
Which of the following is an example of a failure in a car cruise control system? Car cruise control system. The developer of the system forgot to rename now. Unnecessary code that sounds an alarm was when reversing was included in the system. And yes, now that one is correct. Like there should be an alarm when reversing. When reversing, the design specification for the system wrongly states speed in kilometer per hour. No, now your speed should be in kilometer per hour. The system stops maintaining a set speed when the radio volume is increased. Yes, this is an actual failure. Why will I be? Why will I? Why will my speed be altered when I increase radio volume?
Mm, okay. That's failure preventing one from achieving one's goal.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, so which of the following is a defect rather than a root cause? Do you know the difference between defect and root cause?
Okay, a defect is present in the software. What the root cause is from like the coding on the back end, from the code.
Mm-hmm. So what did you pick? What did you pick?
I can't remember.
It's in your documents now. Are you not opening the documents?
No, I'm not even okay. No, I wasn't. What number is that 20?
21.
Let's see. An an incorrect configuration will be included for DGS function could cause location problems during daylight, saving time.
That's correct. You're not sure. You guessed, Abby.
I guess though.
No, but it's actually showing us a problem. That's it, showing us a problem. See, it's saying because, in fact, that
From
because
a
itself,
defect rather than a root cause.
that because alone, self, you're already giving us a reason.
Uh-huh.
You're already giving us a reason, right? When you're saying, okay, this happened because you're already giving us the root cause of what happened. Do you
Okay.
understand? The inflation, the inflation of products and services in Nigeria increased. That is the action because the president uh, removed the subsidy. That is the root
That's the
cause.
response.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that A and D are already giving us the reason, the root cause.
An incorrect configuration. Okay, why I even chose C again was because an incorrect configuration, blah blah blah. It had to do with like a coding error, like from the back end. A code error that had to do with failure.
Yeah. Giving the following test activities. 4 minutes over time. Giving the following test activities and tasks. This one is a bonus question now. Test design, test implementation, test execution, test completion. Which of the following best matches activities with the task? What did you pick? 22. Test design. What is test design? Test design. Change requests for open defect reports, identifying test data. Test design, identifying test data to support test cases. That's that's test design. Test implementation. What's test implementation? Let's leave test implementation for now. Test execution. What's test execution? Ella, are you there?
Prioritizing yeah, I'm here. Prioritizing test procedures and creating test data. Three Test execution is
Test procedures. Test procedures. Test procedures.
analysis.
What's test completion?
What's what?
Test
Test completion. Analyzing discrepancies to determine their cause.
Analyzing discrepancy to determine their cause. Analyzing discrepancies to determine their cause. Prioritizing test procedures and creating test data. But test execution can be prioritizing test procedures and creating test data. Hope you know.
The test execution, that's C. Prioritizing test procedure.
Test execution can be C.
Yeah, I was trying to.
Can be prioritizing test procedures and creating test data.
Oh.
Do you agree with me? Abi, you don't agree.
Prioritizing test procedures and what is it?
So because test execution, you are not creating anything, you are doing. You're already doing something. The part where you are creating is test design and test implementation. Do you understand? That's where creation can come in. Test design and test implementation. So the option you picked, B, is wrong. You said test design. Test design is identifying test data. Yes. Then B, test implementation, entering change requests for open defect reports. No, now this one, if you are saying defect, when does defect happen?
When there's a failure, when there's an error in the code, rather.
At which point which test process can you find defects? In this ABCD, which process, which activity can you find defects?
The test execution.
Okay. Then when you're now giving a report of the defect, which activity?
Test completion.
Exactly. Do you see how we got that one now? So now D is 1. We've established that D is 1, right? We've also established that A is 2. Are you with me? So now what we do now is look at our answers. Which one has A is equals to 2, D is equals to 1?
That's A.
That's A, right? So even if you are not convinced, let's look at it. A is 2, D is 1. They say B is 3, right? Test implementation, prioritizing test procedures, and creating test data. Does it feel okay to you? Does it feel okay to you?
Prioritizing test procedure. But you said this is wrong.
No, I didn't say that it was wrong. I didn't say it was wrong.
You said test execution does not.
Yes, I said test execution. You don't create data during test execution. I said it can come in during test design and test implementation. Do you understand?
Yes.
So what I did now is process of elimination. So what we did was, even if we are not sure about the other test activities, let us do the ones that we are sure, right? And we established that test design is 2, A is 2, then test completion is 1. Now we've eliminated every other one, and we are now left with just one option. And the option says test implementation is prioritizing test procedures and creating test data, which I can reason with, right? Text execution, it says 4, analyzing discrepancies to determine their cause. So now I can reason with this, right? Because during text execution, what we do is we test, right? And we determine which test cases pass, which test cases failed, right? Are
Yes.
you so now
Yes, I
the ones that failed now, right? You analyze it, right, to determine why it failed. Do you agree with me?
mm-hmm.
That's why I can reason with test execution being analyzing discrepancies to determine their cause. Do we proceed?
Yeah.
So when you're not sure of the options, right, just do process of elimination. Pick the ones that you know. Especially with this kind of questions, pick the ones that you know, right, and use it to eliminate the ones that you don't know, they're not sure of. The next one is, which of the following best describes how value is added by maintaining traceability between the test basis and test artifacts? Maintenance testing can be fully blah. Nah. Areas that may be impacted by side effect of a change can be targeted. What? No. Test managers can identify which testers. What did you pick?
It seems it is possible to examine the new test case as increased coverage. This one I wasn't even sure. This is a possible.
To be sure now.
Which of the following best describes how value is added by maintaining traceability between test bases and test artifacts?
Do you know what traceability does? That RTM document.
It helps to link the FRD and BRD, the BRD with the FRD,
To achieve what?
total coverage.
Exactly.
It is possible to determine if a new test case has increased. The test managers identify with testers found areas that may be impacted by side.
So you shouldn't even guess this at all. This is a straight answer. So next one, last one. Which of the following qualities is more likely to be
So
found in?
what's the answer to that one?
What do you think is the answer?
Okay. It's D the answer.
Ha. What is test retraceability? What's traceability again?
It helps to check if total test coverage has been done, linking the BRD and FRD together.
Those are those are what is it called now? Those are your test bases. Hmm? They are called test bases. Do you know what your test artifacts are?
What are test artifacts? The test artifacts are um the artifacts are like the cases and the scenarios that one is developing in the test case. It is possible to determine if a new test
Test
case has
artifacts.
increased.
Test artifacts are test documents that you, as a tester, you have created. A test plan is a test is a test artifact. A test case is a test artifact, right? A test strategy document is a test artifact. A test report is a test artifact. Do you understand? So,
Okay.
which of the following best describes how value is added by maintaining traceability between test bases and test artifacts? So now read the option again. What do you think is the answer? And don't ignore your instincts. You're ignoring your instincts. Yeah, what's your answer? What's the answer? Ella, you see there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, answer.
Hey,
It can't be A now.
I
The answer
don't
is
understand.
B.
B. But B
Yes,
was what you said. B is not the answer.
you assumed I said B is not the answer. I read all the options. I said A, D, C. Then I didn't give my comment with C or B. But you just assumed B is not the answer. I never said B
Okay,
is not the
how it is possible to determine if a new test case has increased coverage of the requirements.
B is the answer. But we're talking about coverage here. Next one. Which of the following qualities is more likely to be found in a tester than in a developer?
Attention to detail.
Developers who can get attention to details now.
If they could get attention to, they will not be making errors now.
Anybody can make error. Anybody can make error.
But while coding, they
One,
can.
one single thing that a developer cannot see is, mostly, especially in a situation whereby you have front-end developers separated from back-end developers, right?
Mhm.
A back-end developer only sees code. Hmm?
Mhm.
A back-end developer only sees the code that he's writing. Then he now writes a test to ensure that the code he wrote is okay, is
Yeah.
functioning perfectly. Then for a front end, all he deals is the UI. Then he now consumes the API that the developer has created, right? He consumes the API that the developer has created so that the front end can function as it should. Do you understand? But what the two of them experience on which to base their effort, anyone can do that. Good communication with team members, anyone can do that. But you see, ability to see what might go wrong, they can't see it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Unless someone that goes beyond his own job description and just test everything, both front end and back end. That's the person that can see what might go wrong, or a developer might not. You get.
Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Sorry, my network went off. So I think that's all. So let's move to the test bank. First of all, I need to ask you: did you make use of anything to build this test plan?
Use what?
Like, did you make use of any tool aside the test plan template?
No.
Mm,
I was using the test plan to work on the test plan template you gave us to work on this test plan.
okay, so most of the details are inside the test plan. Now. Most of the details you got are from the test plan template.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So first and foremost, you need to fill this. Are you with me?
Yes.
We can give it any version number. It can be 0.0.01. Hmm? Just make sure you give it a number. Hmm? Then the date
Yes.
you created it. The date you created it. What date did you submit?
Mm. Yes. 8/6/2023. July 8th.
There's no description. Oh, and maybe test plan creation. So now, if as I'll be telling you, making changes, right? As I'll be making
Mm-hmm.
changes to the test plan, you now come here, right? Because there's a new version. Because of the changes that has happened now, right? Changes can happen in a test plan. So what you do is you create a different copy. Hmm?
Okay.
You create a different copy from what you created initially. Then you now change the number to, let's say, 1.0 point. Just make sure it's a sequential number. Do you understand? That's the version. This is
Okay.
version 0. This is version 1. So maybe today is 15/06. Are we in 06 or 07?
Six,
Ah, January, February, March, April, May, June.
7/7/7. It's July.
I want to go back in time.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, now, okay. Your introduction. The test plan is designed to describe the scope, resources, and schedule of all test activities of the project Parabank. Nice. The plan identifies the features to be tested, the type of testing to be performed, test methodology to be used. Yeah, makes sense. In scope. Yes, 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 yes. Where did you get this out of scope?
I googled it.
Yeah, no, no. See, you need to be careful. Web security performance. Fine, it might not be you that will test it, right? But it should be some. It shouldn't be mentioned under your out of scope. So the out of scope will be determined by your team. Do you understand? So stuffs like, wait, how do I, in fact, I'm not even seeing anything that is worthy of keeping here. I'm not seeing anything that is worthy of keeping here. So if you don't know what to put, you can just leave it blank.
Okay.
You can leave it blank if you don't know what to put. Yeah, quality objective. The test objectives are to verify the functionality. Yeah, the project. We focus on testing the banking operations such as account management, withdrawal, and balance to guarantee all these operations can work normally in a real business environment. Yes. Okay. Roles and responsibility. Test manager, manage your project, deliver, acquire. Okay. Quality analyst, testing, software, fixing bugs. Yes. Developer. Implement the test program. Okay. Business analyst. Okay. Test methodology. Okay. Agile. This is not test methodology. Oh. This is project methodology. Mm, but no problem. Agile. Yes. Helps improve high quality products. Test levels. Yes. Integration testing. Yes. System testing. Yes. Acceptance testing. Yes. I would love you to put automation testing as well. Although I know I've not taught you guys automation. Oh, I would love you to put automation testing as well. Database testing as well. Bug trade, yes, yes. Suspension criteria. The routine will 40%. Yes, correct. Resumption requirement. Critical defect or showstopper issues that led to the suspension or the testing has been resolved. Yes, and it is confirmed that the system or application that test is in a stable and functional state. Exactly, testing can be resumed. But why is test completeness empty?
Mm.
I mean, I've googled the test completeness. What makes a test complete? You should have googled it there. So probably something like, okay, total test must be 95% minimum. Things like that. Test completeness should not. In fact, this is what determines that, oh, we are closing this test project. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, test certified that be okay. Test document, test plan document, test case, test design, test data, error log, yes, test results. So what you have given me so far is test plan, test case, and error log. Say you will give me test design, data, and results. So according to your test plan, that means you are going to be giving me test design, test data, and test results.
Mm.
You're the one that said that you give me yourself. Oh, nobody. You're the one that prepared it there. So after today's class, just send me test design, test data, and test results. So resource and environment need. Yes, testing tools, requirement testing. Requirement testing. Which one is requirement testing? What do you mean by requirement testing too?
Testing tools. Requirement testing tool. I think I'm referring to the BRD document.
ERD.
Test case test case management tool. Testing tools. Okay, Excel.
Mm.
Work tracking tool. Yeah.
So, but this test case management tool can be Jira, depending on the environment. Can be
Excellent tool.
Azure DevOps. Can be Test Rail. So bug tracking too. Yeah, it can also be all these things I mentioned.
All these Jira are they test are they stuff like Excel and
Yes, now you can access Jira on the web. You can access Azure DevOps, but you need Microsoft account to access Azure DevOps. Then test really just like a normal application. Then this test environment, in fact, every other thing that you did, I'm okay with it, except for this out of scope. Sha. But you see this test environment, I am 100% okay with it. Because test environment is not Microsoft Excel. Test environment is your URL. So all you had to do, right, was just to copy the URL you used, and
the
paste.
application URL?
Yeah.
Okay.
What happened? I thought I copied everything. Come on. So they will give you several application URL to use, right? So it can be this can be Sprint. Hmm? So
Mm,
with Sprint, Parasoft, come on. This can be Sprint. Hmm? Then you can have this is master. So you can have master. Do you understand what I'm doing?
yes.
All these things are possible test environment though. Staging, then production. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is much better. So now I'm looking at stuff that you wrote now. When you left that, what's it called? When you left this place blank. When you left it blank, I'm looking at why you left it blank.
Why the where did I leave blank? The
Terms,
terms
acronyms.
and agreements.
I'm wondering why you left it blank. Because it's not everybody that knows API. And I'll prefer this to be in a table. In fact, let me create a table. You know how to create a table.
Mm-hmm.
We can now have now have things like, okay, any other thing that you feel like you should add, you can just add them there. So much better. So the next one is test case. Okay, so my screen.
No, no, yet.
Okay, this is looking good so far. Successful registration. Okay, 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 open your account, yes. Account overview. Transfer fund, yes. So just because I've been using ensure doesn't mean you should always use ensure. You can use verify.
Okay.
You can also use verify.
Please give me a few minutes. I'm coming back. I want to get something.
Okay.
Okay.
L'ultima parte attiva, questo è gli altri minimo, non è neanche il minimo. Los dos, la subiti e B, giorno. Quindi tu lo fai, il solare very interesting, very interesting. Then is a soul searching, so conscious searching kind of how to say e studenti anche io ti danno per un e ci si come un nuovo non quello che loro fanno fare come si può fare io devo fare questo piano.
Okay, so far everything is looking good. Everything is looking good. So just in 15 minutes, right?
Okay.
In 15 minutes, I want you to share your screen and let's do this test execution together.
You say power bank.
Yeah, Parabank, yeah.
Where's Power Bank? Yeah, can you see my screen now?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So this is the app.
Uh-huh. So this first the first test case, speak to successful registration.
Successful registration done. Your account is created successfully.
Okay. So the other one, the negative testing. Are there any requirements to the password?
No?
Okay. I mean, if you enter four characters,
Mm. No,
or
no, no.
if your password does not rhyme,
Mm-mm.
Okay, put the first name, the password, and the confirm password. Don't let it run.
Okay.
Okay. Now make it 4 digits. Okay. So if you're going to be testing the application, that we won't say it's a bug, right? But we'll log it as a bug. It's a security issue. When you're creating a password, your password must be a minimum, according to standard security standards, a minimum of 8 characters.
Okay.
Minimum of 8 characters, and it must contain minimum of one capital letter, one small case, number, special character. Okay, so let's continue to login and negative testing and login. You should be the one. You should be what you are doing right now is you are walking us through the test process. I shouldn't be the one telling you what to do next. You should be the one telling us
Oh,
what to do next. So,
okay. Log in. So that was the positive test case. Then we'll try the negative test case for login functionality. Ah,
why not?
I used the wrong password and it entered. This app was really malfunctioning well. I don't know, maybe there are bugs because
They are bugs. Not that you don't know if they are bugs. So
because
just enter
before
username
when
and
I
log.
what did you say?
Don't enter password. Click on login. So the thing is, even if you enter one to login,
No, it is not logging in.
enter username one, password one.
Okay. But sometimes, so after a while, if there's no activity on the application and you're already registered, when you come back to log in, it won't even log in. It won't even see this username Mudupe and the password again.
Sorry, my network went off. What happened when you did the other one?
Logged in. That one, yeah.
Mm,
Okay, here. At some point, if there is no activity on the application, this is what pops up: error. An internal error has occurred and has been logged. This one worked again. Mm.
I told you.
Mm.
And that one did not log in.
You logged in. Oh.
He
Let me
logged in,
check
right?
again. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's a what's it called? It's a dummy app, right? So making it easy access for people to quickly log in and test. But it's
Okay.
okay. It's okay that you logged in a negative test for your login. So let's move to the next one. Open your account.
So it's worked. For opening account, I only did just one test case for it.
Mm. You only did one test case for it.
Yeah.
Is there any other thing to it?
I don't think so.
A minimum of must be deposited into this account at the time of opening. What type of account would you like to open? Okay, checking an existing account. Click the drop down for the existing account. So are this account logged against you?
Are they what?
Are this your own account?
The accounts I created. You see, one is let me see the account of my own. Mm-hmm. These are the accounts now. 41, 63 something. Yeah.
The minimum must be deposited into this account at the time of opening. Okay. Okay, no problem. So they're just telling us that after you open the account, transfer money into it.
Okay. Did I try transfer funds?
Account overview.
Oh, okay. Account overview is next. Are able to view account history.
Or do you have a test case for it?
Yes, yes. This is the account overview. Ensure user can view their account successful login. Usually, the user should be able to view their account.
Okay. You're not testing this thing. No. Go back to your Excel. Scroll up. Scroll up. Now, what was the actual result of PBP 001?
Successful. Pass.
No, that would be your status. What's the expected result? Is user should be able to create an account successfully. The actual result, um, sometimes some people just shorten it and say as expected, or say user was able to successfully create an account.
Okay. User was able to successfully create an account.
So now status, is it pass or fail?
Pass.
Uh-huh. So that's how you execute your test case. So you do it for the rest.
Okay. Now or later? Later.
No, now.
I was unable to register. Okay. Ensure user can log in successfully with a valid credential. I was unable to log in. Forgot. We did do for forgot password. But when I developed that test case, this forgot login information, it worked. But now I don't know why. Did I even log check? Let me check some.
Just a few. My test is few.
Transfer fund.
Wait, oh, how much did you transfer?
6,000.
60,000. How much do you have?
Or is it 16? No. Oh, it's 16.
Send 60. Go to, is it account overview? Go to account overview. Oh, okay, that one is already in minus. Okay, when you open the account, they give you automatically $1,000. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go back to transfer funds. What if you move? If you do the same account?
Okay, let me try.
Uh-huh. That's a bug.
And that wasn't inclusive. User can transfer fund. Same account. From one account to same account. Is that right?
User can transfer to the same what's it called? We have beneficiary source and beneficiary account. Okay, so user can transfer from source to the same source account.
But we can't even finish this thing today.
Oh, we can't finish it today.
It's a lot.
We can't finish it today.
Uh,
But once you finish it, I want you to send a test report to the platform. So basically, what your test report will contain is the test case, yes, number of items passed, number of items failed, total test case.
mm-hmm.
Then that's for user. Then admin, same thing. Pass, fail, total test case. Then you now do bugs found, total items bugs found.
Like I'll just write the number. Like for instance, total bulk file 17.
So you say Parabank test report. User Parabank user test case. Pass, item number that passed, failed, number that failed, right? Then you now do total test case, or you can start with total test case. You put the total number of test cases, then pass, the number that passed, failed, the number that failed. Then admin, Parabank admin test case, total test case, number that passed, number that failed. Then you now do bug. You now give us the total number of bugs found.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. I think we'll just call it a
Thank
day
you.
today.
Yeah.
So this is the last class for this is our last class. So thank you very much.
What about Femi? Have you heard from him?
I will call him. I'll call him. I'll call him.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Have a lovely
Thank you.
day.
And you too.
Yeah, bye.